Now, if you haven't been living under a rock, most of y'all done heard the relationship between DDG and Halle Bailey, or however you say her name. Now, I'm not the type to give a damn about what these celebrities got going on. Like, I'm never on here on Shade Room or whatever corny ass stuff people be doing, but I like to use situations to get a deeper meaning that can help us in our regular lives. This relationship at the start, it looked like all sunshine and rainbows. You know, they happy, they young. She probably sucking him up on private jets because they both rich. She probably doing double monkey backflips on him behind stage and whatnot. It looked all good, like peaches and cream at the start, from the outside at least. But just like what women will do once you start to take them serious, especially once you give them a baby, you see how they hit that James Harden step back on you and leave you wondering why your ankles touch the ground. Now you see her trying to publicly humiliate this man, trying to shame this man's image for being a good father. See, bro, you can clearly see the delusions of modern women in this generation. They hate when you're a deadbeat, but they can't stand when you're a good man that's actually a good father. That's really why I make these videos, because this is really a warning to show y'all what happens when you give your time and your energy to the wrong woman. You give the wrong woman a ring, you give the wrong woman a baby, you give the wrong woman a commitment, your time, your energy, you are cooked, bro. Game over. How many empires have fallen due to a king letting a woman run him off his throne? Due to a king letting this woman come and sabotage everything he got going on. And that's why I say, when you're a man who's working on yourself, when you're a man who realizes the work that you done put into yourself, you have no time for the games. Because if you're going to just settle, this is what you're going to endure in your life. Now, even though she's a Disney actor and all that, you know, role model to the kids or whatever they're talking about, DDG himself has something going on in his own life. Us as men, if you've grown up, you have more than likely watched DDG throughout your life. You've had that era where you've seen bro on YouTube, and you've seen the women that bro has went through. Now, even though she's probably had a phenomenal career, as a man who also has your own thing going on, especially if you're DDG, you have to build up your value as a man to be able to be on that level. So that already puts DDG at a higher value because of how much work he has put in. If you've watched bro's videos, you've seen him through the years. You've basically grew up watching bro, and you see where he's at today. What is hard to understand is how these women and these people nowadays, they will shame you for being a good man. See, when most of these fathers have disappeared for their kid's life, she over here trying to bash this man for going on the homie stream with his child. Every time you leave a woman when she knows you're a man that she can't get twice, she is going to weaponize her emotions to make you look like the bad guy. Because she know if you that man who's been putting in the work into yourself, most of these dudes who ain't on the same time as you, she not going to be able to go out there and find another man like you. Trust me, most of these women that you dealt with, if you're a man who's actually taking care of yourself, you're actually working to become the best version of yourself, she is not going to find that in another man. You're going to see the next dude that she deals with, if it ever comes across you, you're not even worried about it. But if you ever do see that man, it's going to basically be like she's trying to get a copy of you. She's going to try and find a piece of you in that man. Especially as an attractive man, you will imprint most of these women that you deal with. You can see the growth of a man when he brings life into this world. That automatically snaps you into a different type of energy. You can be out here cracking any women you want to. But this man DDG said, you know what? I'm a family man now. I'm going to have a child. I have this YouTube thing going on. I want to pass on my legacy. You can clearly see how this will be the downfall of most men when you decide to do this with the wrong woman. Because now you can see how she's trying to pull that power move like she's the only one that popped the thing out into this world, which is disrespectful. A lot of these women, what they'll do is, if you do make that mistake and have a child with the wrong woman, she's going to put you through hell, because she's going to act like she's the only one that brought the seed out into this world. And as a man, you done work so hard to build up your empire to where if you do have a child and you do decide to go on with it, and you do decide to do it the correct way, you want to actually have your legacy. And these are a lot of the reasons why men who have worked on themselves don't embark in certain relationships. And don't even get me started on marriage and kids, because you can be in a relationship, it's all fun and games, just for a woman to wake up one day and say, I'm not happy. You can be with the woman, thought you did everything right, just for one day, for everything to just end faster than it started. This is why a lot of us men are tired of the games. Like, the more the days go by, the only way for us men is to achieve success, so you don't have to deal with the BS. If this is what celebrities and rich people have to go through, think of the men that are suffering in silence due to being done like this, having to be put on child support, having to have everything taken away from them, having to drop all their roster to take that one woman serious who you know just been disrespecting you, who you know really didn't deserve your time and your energy. Now, there's nothing wrong with kids if done correctly, but the harsh reality is relationships Marriages only benefit the women for real. I've noticed every time I focused on leveling up in my life, I focused on chasing after my purpose and letting the women chase after me instead of taking one woman serious. I've noticed that's been the time I've been on the most positive trajectory in my life. What one won't do, another will. When you have an abundance of women, this helps you in numerous ways. You don't have to waste your time. You know that if you look good, there will always be another woman who will look better and do better for you than the last. And you're not constrained to living up to these TikTok fantasies that these women have with these high expectations. Anything is better than settling for a woman that can potentially put you on child support or change your life forever. Luckily, DDG and Halle are rich. But just think about the millions of men who have gone through the other side, who have had their whole life change because they decided, you know what, let me take this woman serious. And you see how they do you. That's why the only way for us men is to continue to work on yourself so you don't get done out here crazy. These women, they will try to humiliate you. Even if you was the one that you thought you was doing everything right. You done took her out. You thought you did all the dates, the grand wife and queens. You thought you did all this and you was getting all the points off her. You thought you was doing all this and you thought you were winning. Yeah, everything's good. You thought that's how it was going to be. And once you think everything's going good, she hit that 360 skirt on you. See, that's why you have to have that abundance mindset in your life. You got to know that there's always better for you. As a man, I'm never really satisfied because I know I can do better. That's how these women be thinking. So as a man, why not think the same way? Why settle and put all your eggs into one basket just for somebody who's showing you time and time again that they don't want to be a part of your team? If you're dealing with somebody that's not trying to be a part of you, how you gonna win? That's why as men, we rather deal with being on our dolo because we're not dealing with the games. We're not letting somebody come and try to reap the benefits of our labor. After forming your empire, all the work you put in, all the times you were in that gym shooting when nobody was there for you, all the times you were there starving, trying to get to the bag, when nobody was believing in you. You put in all that work into yourself and watch how one person will do you crazy. When you give that one wrong person your energy. That's why as a man, the more you deal with these women, you can't just be cracking any women out here. Because trust me, them soul ties is real. You give your energy to the wrong woman who's not ambitious like you, who's not on the same timing as you, who didn't crack all these bum squeegees, watch how your life gonna go downhill. You always gotta stay protected out here. You always gotta keep yourself on Hall of Fame defense because watch how your life will go downhill when you give the wrong person your trust. Hopefully this man, DDG, has a good life with his kid, but you see the delusions of these modern women today. That's why me personally, I'm not having no kids until I'm in the millionaire status. Trust, until I have everything formed as a man, until you have everything how you want it to be, a woman will never try and backtalk you. A woman will never think twice about saying anything to you when she sees the value in you after you done built up the value in yourself. Why not become that man that you always want to be so you get that respect off rip? When a woman truly desires you, all the disrespect, all that goes out the window. Become that man who you truly desire to be, and everything else will attract to that. Always stand on that man who you were meant to be, and take the risk on being the leader in your own life.